I'm just leaving Rimbury, and of course my first obstruction is another lift bridge there in the distance. This one's electric, so at least the operation for the bridge is on the towpath side, which makes it a lot easier for a single-handed boater than being on the offside. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put the camera down and go and do this bridge. So there we have it, lift bridge done, Wrenbury Wharf. Got the Dusty Miller pub here, which also featured in my Off the Cut series. The road follows us here, right along the side of the canal. Even follows the same contour, with wibbly wobbly, just like the canals. And we have mooring here as well. And it's starting to rain. Lovely. Well, I'm on the move again. I haven't moved, well, I did move yesterday. It kept raining, I didn't get the camera out. I did 4 locks yesterday. It's on the Llangollen Canal, of course. I'm just heading up towards the Grinley Locks, I believe they're called. Signs just coming up in the distance so we can take a look. Heading to Whitchurch today, I hope. You never know with me where I might end up though. First lock is just around the corner. I have a little rail bridge to go through first, which is quite narrow, so I'm going to have to make sure there's nothing coming through before I go through. And just after that, we're at the first lock. I'm just coming up to the Grinley Brook locks. I think the last 3 are staircase, but I think we've got 4 to do before we get to the staircase. I did have a quick look earlier on the computer. I can't honestly remember. That beep beep we heard there, I thought was a car on the road, but it wasn't. It's a hire boat come through the bridge hole of the rail bridge just in front of me. It's on a complete line bend. So anyway, quick hit of reverse, and I'm backing up out of their way. Well, there goes that hire boat out of the way now, so it's my turn to go through this blind bridge hole. There shouldn't be anything else there because they've just come down the lock, and there's no mooring there between the bridge and the lock.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Useful. We have lock volunteers and lock keepers here on the staircase locks, so it means I don't have to get off the boat. Where normally, if I'm boating up through on my own, I take a rope up and I tie the boat off slackly so it can't fly backwards and forwards into the lock gates. If I stay on the boat, I can just do it with the throttle control, backwards and forwards, making sure that the boat doesn't crash into the lock gates. And it also saves climbing up those horrible wet ladders, as pictured to the right of me. As we're slowly rising up nicely here in the first lock chamber, we have 2 more lock chambers to follow, as this is a staircase lock of 3 chambers. We are nearly there now on this lock chamber. As soon as the water levels equalise with the second lock chamber, we will go forward into the second lock chamber, and then again up into the top lock chamber. Here we have a little cafe come restaurant place, serving teas and coffees and of course ice creams. Fortunately, I have to keep moving, I have to get through these locks, so no ice cream for me today. So here goes, they're just opening the gates between the first chamber and the second chamber, so in I go. It's so nice when you have these lock volunteers doing all the hard work for you. So we are now in the second lock chamber, or the middle lock chamber. So time to stop the boat again, and this lock chamber will get filled with water once again.
Steeper coming into it, coming across that so easy. It weren't before, I struggled to get across. Just about to exit now to the top lock at Grinley Brook. There's a lot of boats still waiting to come down. So here we go.
These locks like this, where they have lock volunteers on and lock keepers on, just makes life for boating so much easier. And these locks are so well kept as well. It makes it really, really nice. Very enjoyable. Grinley Brook locks, and there's a lovely little cafe there as well. So if you're in the area, stop and get a coffee or an ice cream and watch the boats go through. You couldn't have a much nicer day. Now I'm going past the string of 9 or 10 boats still waiting to go down the Grinley Brook flight. They let 5 down before I came up, but they're now letting 3 up, which is the normal way they operate, 3 up, 3 down. But because there was so many boats waiting to come down, they've been letting a few extras go down at the moment. I didn't mind waiting. I told them they could let more down, but they said no, that they would cut it where it was, and they told me to come on up, which I did, of course. But some of these people have been waiting 2 or 3 hours to go down the locks here. When I came back down the canal after going to Llangollen and on the way back down here at Grinley Brook, I thought, oh well, I guess I'll have a long wait when I got here. When I got here, there wasn't a single boat waiting coming back down, so I guess I hit it just right. And I did hear certain days of the week are busier than others, so I obviously hit it on the right day. Just about to come up to a string of water points. I think there's 5 or 6 water points here actually to fill up from. Well, I'm going to pull over and fill up with water. I'm not desperate, but it may be a while before I get water again, because I'm going to be stopping at Whitchurch for a few days. So I'm going to pull over, get some water before I go on to Whitchurch. Whitchurch isn't very far away from here. Just below the big red arrow there is the 3rd, I think it was, water point in the line I've just come past. But it's clear now, so I'm going to pull over at the next water point, or the one after, and fill up with water. I have left the next one clear, which you can see on the screen right now, because I know that the boat following me up wishes to stop for water also. So I'll let him have that first one there, and I'll just cruise into the next one. It'd be easier for him to stop behind me rather than going past me and stopping in front of me. There's one thing I really love. It doesn't seem to matter where you are on the canal system. There's always so many songbirds around. It's just lovely to listen to them as you're just cruising by. You can hear them in the background just about wherever you go.
I was looking on an Ordnance Survey map, and it looks like the English-Welsh border basically runs right down the middle of the towpath along here. So I'm guessing if you're walking along the towpath, and I was heading the direction my boat's going, my left arm would be in England and my right arm would be in Wales. There's a thought. Shortly the border goes back inland or away from the canal for a short period before we actually cross the border properly.
Just a little correction on what I just said there. The border is the other side of the hedgerow when I really look closely on the Ordnance Survey map. According to Google Maps, the farm here on the right hand side just after this bridge is a quail farm. Well, I know I normally show the map at the start of the video. Today I decided to put it at the end of the video. So this was the journey we did today. We started off at Rimbury, This trip actually took 2 days, and we finished off on the Whitchurch arm at Whitchurch.
Well, that was my trip from Rydyn to Whitchurch. I want to thank, of course, everybody for watching. Thank all my PayPal and Patreon supporters and everybody else that helps to support the channel. With special thanks to Lewis and Brenda for a wonderful gift pack they sent me from some delicious vegetables from their garden, which I actually picked up in Whitchurch. The weather then, when I was filming that rather than this outro, was much nicer. Today I'm filming the outro in Aldlam, near the Shroppy, or between the Shroppy and the Bridge Inn, and it's drizzly, cold, wet and horrible. So I want to get this outro finished and back inside the boat. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that old bell notification button. That way YouTube will inform you every time I upload a new video. If you do forget, remember that the cruising videos are uploaded or ready to view on a Saturday at 4 PM. If you want to watch them earlier, become a Patreon. Patreon gets early access to all of my videos, assuming I can get them uploaded in time. But most of them are uploaded at least 2 or 3 days in advance, and you'll get to see them early. Well, that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.